fly at Oakland Airport, and the Clayton Ed Committee was around all the big airports.
Uh-huh. And so what did they do? Did they just kind of say, if you'd like to get into combat, come and see us, or how did they?
Yeah, they had a setup at a hotel in most cities in the States, and you would go to their hotel and have an interview. I can't remember, I think it was an RAF chap there to interrogate you.
Uh-huh. And at that time there was no problem with citizenship, that in fact you may lose citizenship, nothing like that?
No, Franklin Roosevelt, from what I hear, looked the other way.
Yeah.
At first, when they tried to go up to Canada in 1940, there was some stipulation that they couldn't, but it was pretty free flowing in 41.
Uh-huh.
So I had been flying with the University of California Flying Club, and then I went through the pilot training, CPT, civilian pilot training course.
I see.
So that gave me about a little over 100 hours by then.
And then once they were finished with you at the Clayton Knight headquarters, then they said, okay, you're going over to Bakersfield now. Is that how it worked after they accepted you? You were sent to Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And then there you were there for how long then?
About 3 months.
And the training there, how extensive was the training? By the time you were finished there, were you doing aerobatics and that sort of thing, or how extensive was the training?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, 40 hours on a Stearman, and another 40 on a 86. Harvard they call them.
And what did they require? 300 hours to get in on course, or did it?
Oh no, 80 hours.
80 hours is all you needed.
Yeah.
And did some of those fellas pad their logbooks on that? I've heard stories of that.
Well, probably
nothing officially.
Some of them did, but they had a good way of checking on it.
Yeah.
Well, we're still, of course, civilians throughout our training at the school in the States, and then we finished that training there. Oh, it varied from 2 to 3 months, and going up to Canada, and then over to Halifax, and then you got your number when you set sail for Liverpool.
And then by the time, and then that was it for your flying training, and then next aircraft you saw was over in England then?
Yeah.
And then what, did they put you on the Masters or something then, or were you flying as soon as you got there?
Yeah, I went to OTU and the Masters, and then right into the Hurricane.
Uh-huh. So did you find it a handful the first time you were in a Hurricane or not?
Oh, no, it's a fairly easy airplane to fly.
Uh-huh. And then once you got onto the Spitfire, how did you find the Spitfire compared to the Hurricane?
Oh, it's a much nicer airplane.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, much faster and all around better handling. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then when you got onto 71 Squadron, how did you find the? Some people said that the training, they weren't really prepared for combat. Did you feel you're ready for combat by the time you got to 71 Squadron? Or?
Well, yeah, just about. Of course, I went to the squadron when they're almost off of ops in December of 41, and did a lot of convoy patrol and stuff. So that gave you a little experience before you start the sweeps over France.